Fantastic. Okay, well, no, thanks for that, Karen. And I believe our guest is waiting in the wings. We are all very excited to welcome, well, Karen, you had the honours. Introduce our wonderful guest.
Oh, well, as we said earlier, we're so thrilled. We're very lucky. She's a great friend to VegfestUK, and we really do appreciate her time then and her time coming on now with us, because I know she's busy. She's got her 2 little kids running around and, you know, busy running a business, being a mum, being a teacher, but she's going to hang out with us. It's the wonderful Jasmine Harman. Yay!
Hello!
There you go.
Nice to see you.
How are you, my lovely? It's been ages.
I know it's been ages since I've seen anyone, to be honest.
Oh.
So, no, I'm good. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, just cracking on. But how are you dealing with all what's going on at the moment with the lockdown?
Well, you know, I've had my ups and downs, to be honest, but overall, you know, we're fine. We can't complain. You know, all our work's cancelled, but you know, how can you moan when you get to hang out with your kids for 2 months? Although it's hard work.
It's unique. This is unique career, Jasmine, isn't it? You are now a fully qualified homeschool teacher.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. It definitely makes you realise and appreciate how amazing, you know, teachers are, because I have struggled with it, to be honest. But I think as long as the kids are happy and they're having fun and they're doing stuff, then, you know, then that's fine. They'll all catch up, won't they? I don't want to put any pressure on them or get myself stressed out.
Yeah, it's hard. And you're too young. My son Callum is a teenager and he just wants to do his own thing all the time. So sometimes that's good and sometimes, you know, it's not so good, really. But
I think it's hard for everyone. It's hard for us as adults not to be able to see our friends and family. For teenagers, it's awfully hard not to be able to see their friends, because obviously, you know, during that time in your life, your friends are really important to you. And for little ones, you know, it's nice to be at home with your parents, but I really do notice they have missed their friends and just being able to play with other children their own age. So, you know, it's hard for everybody, but, you know, we're fine. We're okay. We're muddling through.
But all your work, you know, you can't travel abroad, and obviously a place in the sun. I know you travel constantly, don't you? This must be
I'm always. It's well, all of the episodes were suspended. We're hoping to get back later on in the summer, back to filming some new episodes. But all the episodes, the new series that we've filmed so far are going out on Channel 4 every day at 3 o'clock. So there's plenty of new episodes to watch, because we've done loads. I mean, we film 120 episodes a year. So there's plenty still to be going on with. And hopefully by the time we get back to filming and everything's, you know, safe to travel again and everything, you know, we'll be able to catch up with getting some new episodes for people to watch.
Oh, that's fantastic. Lovely. Well, I'm glad you're having a good time, and the kids are doing well. Are they going to pop in at all? Because
they might. They're out in the garden now. I've just shut the door. But I haven't locked them out, but they're out there playing with the husband.
They're sounding very creative, your kids, actually, Jasmine. I think you mentioned they've been very creative at the moment, are they not?
They have, yeah. They've been doing all sorts of things. They've been just enjoying all sorts of things. Joy wrote a poem yesterday. Albion just woke up and decided he was going to write a book. They've taken to both sleeping in the same room. I don't know if that's, you know, happens to many people, but they like to be together, and they wake up in the morning and they, you know, it's quite nice because actually they entertain each other for a few minutes before they start in and wake us up. But no, they've been doing all sorts of things, And
when we're back, do you think, is it the Algarve? We're going to be, I mean, the Algarve is, you love the Algarve, isn't it? Algarve is a second home, pretty much. I love it.
I do love it. And I had actually yesterday, there was an episode on that I filmed last year, which was a new one, hadn't been broadcast before, and it was on the Algarve. And so I was in my old stomping ground, and it was just lovely to be back there. And it was lovely to catch up with it again yesterday. It's on catch up, obviously, on 4OD or whatever. And And it was amazing to see, you know, the couple that I was house hunting with had a budget of about £95,000. And to see what you could get, it's actually really surprising when you think the Algarve is actually, you know, quite expensive in some areas, very expensive in some areas. But if you sort of shop around and look off the beaten track a little bit, you can still find some really good bargains.
Oh, that sounds lovely. I've been there. It's a beautiful place. And I know it's one of your firm faves, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Well, I lived there for nearly 4 years. Yeah. So, you know, it's familiar. I speak the language. I've got lots of friends there. And, you know, the children love it. And it's really family friendly. So I do love it there.
Talking to children.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Who's that cutie?
So we're very fortunate to have Jasmine, who's given us a few photographs, a little insight into her life, and including this absolutely wonderful. Am I right? 4 years old?
No, that was my first birthday.
Oh,
that is. So, yeah. Cool. I had those lovely ginger curls.
Oh, that is gorgeous. I love ginger. I used to colour my hair red. I'm a big red fan. I think that's lovely.
I'm actually, let's not even talk about colouring hair. My roots are a joke at the moment, but I still love that colour. So I'm still team ginger. There we go.
Oh. Do you think you look like your daughter in that photo?
Yeah, definitely. When she was about the same age, there's a definite resemblance.
And Jasmine, you like the mic by the look of it?
That picture was actually taken about 2 weeks before lockdown. It was in, we did a Place in the Sun live up in Manchester. And yeah, it was, you know, it was brilliant. It was still really busy despite the fact that, you know, Brexit, coronavirus, people still have this huge appetite for buying abroad. So we obviously had to cancel the London event, but you know, hopefully we'll be able to get those big live events coming back, because they're so amazing when, you know, people come along and they've got no idea of where to start, and they just go and look around. They can talk to lawyers, they can talk to the finance people, they can talk to immigration experts, they can talk to us. All the presenters are there. And there's seminars going on, as well as obviously amazing real estate.
Sounds like VegFest.
To look, so it's cool. It's really good. My old car.
This is so gorgeous. This looks to me like a photo that should have been on the front page of Hello. Perhaps it was. I don't know.
No. We didn't have any press at our wedding at all. But I did have, you know, my old car, Marti. She's called Marti after Marti Maraschino. Do you know who that is?
No, I don't. I've got to say. And I'm probably going to kick myself afterwards.
Come on, Tim. Which film? Marti Maraschino.
No, you asked me that. I can't remember. I don't know. I'm going to take a guess. 1972. No.
Well, I haven't had it since 1972, Tim, because I wasn't born. I wasn't the first donor. What are you trying to say? I was only born in 75, so I
don't know. Who was
I named the car after Marti Maraschino, who was from the film Grease. She was one of the pink ladies.
Oh!
You remember Marti Maraschino? You know, like the cherry?
Oh, I love that. I love that film. I just watched the other day. I forwarded some of it, but Grease 2. It's underrated. And all the words, all the songs come back to me. Grease 2.
Yeah, I've not seen it.
Oh, this is lovely. And another one of your not very well known sort of secrets or things about you is you are a qualified dog trainer. How did you even fit in?
I don't know. I was off work for a little while. I think it was just after I got married, actually. So I took a bit of time off, and we had our dog Shadow, our old dog, and I loved training with him so much. I found it so interesting. So I decided to go and do a course myself with a brilliant trainer called Steve Mann. And Shadow and I went along and we did the course. And so we've got a new puppy now, Jet. So we still use it with him. You can see him looking in that previous picture. at my food.
Oh, that's lovely. Now, I actually was lucky enough to come along to the launch of your brilliant range with your wonderful friend as well. Tell us a bit more. Why did you decide to get into the vegan food industry, if you like?
Well, I had in my head several years ago that someone should be making vegan ready meals. And at the time, no one was making vegan ready meals at all. But I didn't have the experience to do it. I didn't know anything about it. It would have been a full-on thing. I would have had to give up my job, you know, to concentrate on it full time. And when I moved into this house, there was a little restaurant around the corner, a little sort of bar, cafe place, and called the Brook. And it looked quite trendy and it looked quite nice. Then about a year or so after we moved here, the Brook suddenly announced that they were going vegan. And I was like, yes, this is amazing. And so it was, you know, it was really exciting for me to have somewhere just around the corner, a vegan restaurant, local business that I could support. And over time, Sophia, who's the owner, has sort of changed the direction of the business, or branched out, should I say, because the restaurant and the bar you came to the reopening will be open again once lockdown is over. But we're also doing, you know, prepared food. So frozen meals that you can have delivered to your door. You can subscribe on a monthly box. You can change it anytime. You can choose what you want. And there are some absolutely amazing dishes. And because I was already a customer, I knew how great the food was. I thought, you know what, this is something that I want to be involved in. And it's about supporting a local business. So I became involved in the business and it's been absolutely brilliant. And I mean, particularly during lockdown, when, you know, things are a bit more difficult to come by, ingredients are a bit more tricky, you know, for parents, you're so full on trying to work from home as well as homeschool. You're actually busier than before. And some people say, oh, I've got loads more time. I've been baking. I've been doing this and that. That's not my reality. That's not been the case for me. So actually being able to have something really healthy that tastes completely home cooked and that is delicious and vegan 100% and supporting a local business is brilliant. So yeah, it's a nice plug for the Brook there.
Yeah, we love the Brook. I'm flipping starving now you're talking, because I know they do a really nice vegan kind of fishy type thing. I don't know.
Yeah, the seafood stew. It's so funny because when you think seafood, you think obviously fish or you know, crab or whatever it might be, seafood, shellfish. But actually seafood can be plants as well. Plant food can come from the sea as well. So you can eat sea plants, you can eat seaweed. And so all of those flavors of the sea are in that seafood stew. That's not my favorite one though. I love the mac and cheese.
Oh yeah, no, that's nice.
Goodness. I love that.
I like the sticky toffee pudding. I've got to order. I want to order and just pop them away because I'm busier than I was before. I haven't got time to flip in bake and everything. I don't. I need send me loads of lovely goodies. And
don't worry, we'll speak, Karin. Don't worry.
Jasmine, I want to ask, what does being vegan mean to you? Because it really has had a big impact on your life, hasn't it, over these past, is it 7 years?
It's near, 6.5 years now, basically, since my daughter Joy was born. I did the first Veganuary, actually, 2014. I think there was only something like a few thousand people did it. I think it was 3,000 in the end. And the reason I decided to try it was because having just become a new mum, trying to breastfeed, you know, the whole thing was in my head about, you know, why do cows make milk for no reason? And I've got a baby here and I'm still struggling to produce milk. And, you know, it's probably a bit too graphic, too much information. That is what got me thinking about cows. And then it occurred to me at the age of 38 that cows do not just produce milk for no reason. They're mammals like us. And like any mammal, they have to have a baby in order to produce milk. It doesn't just happen spontaneously or you turn on a tap or whatever. And that just really upset me, because it had never occurred to me before in my life what happens to the baby. And that was the end of dairy for me. It was really upsetting. And I know I was hormonal anyway because I just had a baby. But no, I've never touched dairy again since then.
You know, and I know how genuine you are, because I've got to know you over the years, and just you're the type of person, you just fall in love with you, because you're so passionate and you're so real. And I don't want to cry because I've got makeup on, but I remember seeing you at that Viva Do on the boat. And I was like, oh, there's Jasmine Harman. She's so beautiful. And you got up and spoke and you started to cry.
I know.
And I feel quite emotional. And
I cry at everything.
Yeah.
I honestly cry at everything. And, you know, I was quite new in my vegan journey then, because Joy was, I think I'd only been a vegan for 6 months or so at that time. And so it was still, you know, a big shock to me when I had done my own research into, you know, other animal products, vegetarian animal products like eggs and like milk and other milk products, and even honey, you know. And I was just appalled by the whole thing and upset. And I think, you know, just by doing everything we can, just by being a shining example of a vegan 44-year-old mum, you know, I hope that other people will think, oh, you know, she doesn't look that unhealthy. She's not wasting away or anything like that. You know, and I, you know, I honestly, I feel better than I ever did. It's easy to be a junk food vegan if you want to be. But, you know, all of the healthy stuff is out there. And, you know, overall, it's just a much, much healthier way of life, better for the planet, and obviously much better for animals.
Oh, that's amazing. Jasmine, look, I don't want to keep too long. I know you've got to go and look after the kids.
Okay, I'm just reading that's on the bottom of the screen.
Yes. Now, I know a secret about...
Now, you did promise this. I'm going to hold you to your promise, because you did say you would give us a little example. You're a rapper on the quiet, and one of your talented skills is that you're a rapper. So we have fun actually discussing which one. And I mean, Nina Cherry is a Bristol legend, as you know.
Love her.
So are we going to end our little convo with a quick Nina Cherry? Are we?
Right,
Here we go.
Myself
We're ready for this. Or feeling this.
Ready?
Aye.
Yeah.
Who's that gigolo on the street with his hands in his pockets and his crocodile feet hanging off the curb, looking all disturbed? While the boys from home, they all come running, they were making noise, manhandling toys, while the girls on the block with the nasty curls, wearing padded bras, sucking beer through straws, sucking down their drawers. How do you get yours? Oh, that wasn't too bad, but I screwed it up. Never mind.
Oh, it was fantastic. That was just absolutely
oh no, I'm still stuck in the 80s when it comes to music. I absolutely love
brilliant.
Her daughter's okay as well, Mabel, isn't she? But Nina Cherry, she's the legend.
Oh, she's a legend, yeah. And a brother, indeed, Eagle Eye.
Oh, of course, yeah, that's right. Eagle Eye. Yeah, I didn't do her any justice whatsoever.
You were brilliant, Jasmine. You've been more than done us justice. You've done us absolutely lit up our Friday afternoon. We've got people watching from all over the world, and it will be on a rerun later, so we can share this. But I cannot thank you enough. I mean, it's just been an absolutely fantastic guest.
Oh, it's lovely to speak to you both, and you know, good luck with this new project.
We're going to do our best, but it's been brilliant. Thank you for joining us. And hopefully you've been a guest at VegFest many times. Well, hopefully we might even see you at the Summerfest. We'd love to see you. It's online, so it comes in August. We might. Who knows where we'll all be?
Who knows where I'll be? Maybe I'll be allowed back to work.
In the old car.
I'll do it from somewhere sunny.
I'll probably be on the first plane out there. I shouldn't say that really. I've got to stop flying. But there you go. Love it to see you. Thank you, Jasmine. Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
See you soon.
Thank you, Jasmine. Love you.
Bye.
Oh, I've got to brush my hair. Follow that, Mr.
Wasn't that fun?
Utterly awesome.
Yeah. And thank you for you know, because I know that you and Jasmine go back a long time, and one of many, many very, very famous friends that you have, actually. You do keep company of some very, very, very wonderful people. It has to be soulless, wonderful, inspirational vegans. But no, thanks for that. That was absolutely great. What a wonderful guest.